Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to finally set up my monthly budget for the month of February, which if you guys don't know or are new to my channel, hello, my name is Romina, and February is one of my favorite months of the year, if not my favorite month of the year, just because it is my birthday month. So I am going to be including a little kind of my birthday category into my budget, and you guys will get to see that as I set up my budget spread. But for my budget planner, I do like to use my Plum Paper monthly planner, and I've been using this since July, so it's been over 6 months that I've been using this planner, and I absolutely love it. It does the job, and it has everything that I would want for a budget planner, like the monthly view, a ton of line pages so that I can set up the various different trackers that I set up in my budget planner, and it's coiled bound, which is my favorite type of planner, to be honest. Also with me, I have my softbound notebook from Erin Condren. This in particular is from their Hello Kitty collection, and this I use to set up all of my mock budgets. So prior to coming on here and filming a video, I like to set that up with an erasable pen just to basically make a mock spread of what I'm going to be showing you guys here today on camera. So I'm very excited. February is definitely, like I mentioned, my favorite month of the year. So let's go ahead and get started. I feel like I've been chatting up a storm here. I'm going to bring you guys to February. So this is the monthly view, and I like to set up my budget spread on the page right after the monthly view on the right. I've always just done it there, and that's what I like, so that's where we'll be setting that up. For my stickers, of course, I will be using some washi as well as a budget kit from my sticker shop, Romina Rosa. In particular, I wanted to go ahead and use the pink leopard, which is two of my favorite things, the color pink and leopard print, which is definitely me. So I wanted to choose that one for the budget spread. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stick with that, but I really like the other washi pattern that I offer, which is the roses. So we'll see what I end up doing for the rest of the pages. So I think I'm not gonna zoom in because I plan on putting my face right next to the spread, if that makes sense, which you guys would already be seeing. Just because I asked last time around, because I've only done this whole like face or my face on camera while I set up my budget spreads. I feel like it's been a few months. It's been like 4 or 5 months since I've done it. Maybe less, actually. Let's not get carried away, but I have been asking for your feedback as to what you would like to see, if you would like to even see me at all in the video, and a lot of you guys really like showing my face on camera, so that I guess gives me another reason to get ready. But okay, that's gonna be my February budget script, and then I'm gonna take my header. So yeah, like I mentioned, if you guys are new to my channel, you guys wouldn't know this, but I have a sticker shop, and that is my main source of income every single month. So I will have a section for my shop, Romina Rosa, which I will just write in right now. So my shop, Romina Rosa, which I have such bad handwriting right now because of the way that I'm like sitting down, but my shop pays me one paycheck every single month, and it's always been the same since I've implemented this into my budget. And honestly, I don't think that I need more than what my shop gives me a month. At the end of the day, I just want to make sure that I have enough money to pay all of my bills, as well as to cover all of my cash envelopes and other categories here and there. So every single month I do have leftover money that I put towards savings. This year, in particular, if you guys would have seen my 2021 goals video, then you guys know that I have two big financial goals, and those are to pay off my student loans as well as to increase my emergency fund. So Romina Rosa is going to be one of my sources, and then I always like to have a section for variable. So for any variable income, those being YouTube, Patreon, affiliate links, and all of that. And I actually found out, which I didn't know this in January because I didn't receive the first stimulus check, but I found out that I will be receiving the stimulus check, so maybe I should skip a line because I'm not sure when I'm gonna get it. They sent it in the mail for some reason. I'm not sure how all of this works, but I haven't received it yet, but I think I'm just gonna skip a line to make sure to put it there, because if I do end up getting that money, which I'm supposed to, I think, at this point, I have no clue, but if I do end up receiving that money, I'm probably going to put it all towards my student loans, so then that way I'm closer to reaching that goal first. So I'm very excited if I do end up getting that money, because I was really sad when I didn't get it the first time. But that's okay. So now I'm gonna separate my income from my expenses, and I'm gonna move right along to my variable expenses first. So I like to separate my expenses between variable and fixed. Variable meaning any expenses that could fluctuate or change within the month, those being my cash envelopes. I like to budget a certain amount for all of my cash envelopes, and most of the months I would like to be, of course, under that by quite a bit. Sometimes I'm like right at the amount that I budgeted, or sometimes if I have left over, I will roll it over for the next month. And you guys will kind of get to see my style and how I budget as I upload more of like my weekly check-in videos, and when I set up like my monthly view of my budget planner. I'm also going to be setting up my sinking funds spread and stuffing my sinking funds cash envelopes, I believe, in the next video, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. Okay, so I'm just going to keep my mock budget right next to me so that I have something to reference. But my first cash envelope is my groceries, and this is something that I've been trying to decrease, or I'm trying to decrease this year, just because I think that me and Paul spend so much on groceries. Because if you guys don't know, this budget is only for me and my income, so you guys don't even get to see how much money Paul spends for groceries and whatnot. And I kind of added it all up, and it's a lot of money to be spending on groceries. So I'm going to decrease it. It's not even by a lot, it's by $5 this time around, because we were kind of close-ish last month because of various reasons. So make sure you stay tuned for my January budget results, because I mentioned that we were going to get a Costco membership in the month of January, and we did end up doing that. But since everything they sell at Costco is in bulk, things get pretty pricey really fast. So I'm hoping that in the next couple of months I can bring my budgeted amount to around $250, maybe even less than that. But for now, I'm budgeting $270 for this month, and then we'll see how we do every week. So that's gonna be for groceries. Then next, I like to have a household cash envelope, which I budget $100 for, or I have been budgeting 100 since last month. For the most part, I try to take care of most of the household items, like small things like maybe like toilet paper, wipes, detergent here and there, but Paul will buy some of the things sometimes. So it honestly just depends. If I know that I have money in my household envelope, I will purchase the stuff. If it's things like, I think in December Paul bought us a new comforter. He ended up paying for that. So it just honestly really depends, but I'm trying to not spend that much money on any of my categories now, because I believe before I budgeted like $150 for household, but now I'm trying to really decrease all of my cash envelopes as much as I can. And I will keep doing this as the months go on, but I'm trying to make an effort to definitely reach my financial goals, if I haven't made that obvious by now. But the next cash envelope that I have is my eating out. And since I mentioned that this month is my birthday month, my birthday is actually on the 27th of February, I've decided to increase my eating out budget by a little bit more, by like 50%. And so I typically budget $150, but this time around for this month, since I do foresee for it being my birthday that I would like to go out to eat, or to bring some food back home, I'm going to budget $150 for this. Like I mentioned, I typically budget $100, but I just decided to do $50 more this month. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna do this every single month, but because this is a special month, I've decided to do it. Then I have allowance, which allowance I get the same amount every month, and that is $100. That has just been working out for me since I started budgeting. I never really feel like I need more money than that, and if I do, I have a specific allowance sinking fund envelope that I like to roll over all of my leftover allowance cash envelope money for the month. So let's say, I believe one month I had like $40 left at the end of the month for allowance. I went ahead and roll that over to my allowance sinking fund, and then that way if I do end up wanting to buy something in the future, I don't have to count it as an unbudgeted expense, but I can just go ahead and take that money that I've been saving for whatever it is that I want to buy myself. So that's kind of something that I implemented a couple of months ago, and I've been loving having that flexibility with allowance money and the rollover amount. Then my next cash envelope, which is a very important cash envelope to me personally, is my beauty cash envelope. As you guys can see, I like to get my nails done, and I mentioned in I think my last weekly check-in that I'm going to probably get some extra nails for my birthday. So I'm going to be budgeting the same amount that I budgeted last month, which is around $225. I also do dye my hair. I don't get it professionally dyed or anything. I dye it myself, or my mom dyes it. That is another expense that I have to take account of. So all of that will come out of my beauty cash envelope. To be honest, my nails do end up being a little bit on the pricey side, but my nails typically last me anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks. So I only end up going to get my nails done once a month. So it makes sense to me and the way that I do it. So that's gonna be for beauty. And then last but not least, for cash envelopes, I have gas, and this is one that I've decided to decrease just because I have only been pumping gas once a month. Yeah, once a month. So it makes no sense for me to have enough money for me to pump twice if I haven't pumped twice in almost a year. So I've decided to finally bring down the amount from the $70, then later it was $60 to now just it being $30, and I'm hoping that that is enough. Honestly, I don't use my car all that much, just because the way that we park our cars, me and Paul's always on the outside, and so we just always end up taking his car. So I don't think that I'm going to need more than $30 even this month, because honestly we're not really going many places but like to visit his parents or my parents every once in a while. So I think $30 is good. We will see. If you guys see an unbudgeted expense for gas, you guys will know that that's the reason why. But that's going to be it for my cash envelopes. And then for the rest of my variable expenses, I have my phone bill, which I budgeted $110 for. Then I pay for internet, and I budget, or that is around $70. Then a category that I said I was going to add for this month is my birthday category, and this is, well, at first I wanted this category to be for if I wanted to buy myself something for my birthday, or if I wanted to buy like a couple of things for the small gathering that I'm going to have with my friends here at my apartment. I talked to Paul about it, and Paul said that he was probably gonna pay for most of the stuff for my birthday party. I'm probably just going to use this to buy myself something nice. I have my eye on something, and I'll probably talk about it later on. I'm probably gonna film quite a bit of videos of like my birthday thing, because I'm planning to make it like an early 2000s theme, which I've really been obsessed with the past couple of years. I feel like it's been like, yeah, over a year or two. So yeah, for my birthday, I'm going to be budgeting $250. And in the past, because I was trying to look at my past budgeted amounts for my birthday, I think I budgeted like $100, $200. But the thing that I want is around like $250, so that's what I'm gonna give myself. And in the past, I think I would have definitely felt very guilty about setting this amount for my birthday, but I'm only gonna turn 25 once, so it's okay, girl. Treat yourself. That's all I gotta say. And then the last category that I like to have here in my budget as a placeholder, not really budgeting anything for it, but it is nice to have, is for any unbudgeted expenses. So although I don't budget anything for this category, I do like to have it so that if there are any unbudgeted expenses throughout the month, then I can go ahead and write that in my actual. So with that being said, that is all of my variable expenses. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm probably going to skip a line because sometimes I do forget some of my categories, especially if they're like things that I don't budget for every single month. And I think I'm off the bat just going to lay down my washi here. But we're gonna move right along to our fixed expenses. And for fixed expenses, these are all of my expenses that do not change. I moved you guys a little bit, but these are all of my expenses that do not change. Like my car payment doesn't change throughout the month, or even my car insurance, renter's insurance, all that stuff that's fixed amounts is what I keep in my fixed expenses side of my budget. So the first one, of course, is rent, which for rent, me and Paul do split this. It's not an even split, so that's kind of why I like to take care of other stuff. For rent, my part of that is $800. Then I'm probably gonna go quickly here. Car payment. I'm actually gonna write all of them first. We have car insurance, or I keep saying we because it's you and I. We're both in this together. But you guys know that I only budget for myself. Then I have renters, insurance. I have a section for subscriptions, which this is for small little subscriptions like iCloud storage, as well as I pay my sister for part of our Spotify family plan that I'm in. So that's like a little bit, and I like to just combine those together because they're like minuscule, they're really small, so I don't mind combining them. Then I have student loans. So my minimum student loan payment, which maybe by next month, I'm going to consider this an extra debt payment as well. Stay tuned. I'm thinking about it. I also have a giving category, which I like to have every single month. Sinking funds, which, like I mentioned, I'm going to be stuffing my sinking funds on camera in tomorrow's video. And then I like to have an extra debt payment category, which I typically know how much debt I'm able to pay off by the end of the month, just because I do use any extra income that my shop brings in. So aside from the paycheck that my shop is paying me, I do like to take a look as to see if we have any extra income from the business to pay off my debt. And that's kind of how I've always done it, and how you guys have been able to help me pay off my debt, which I am forever grateful for, you guys, and you guys know this. So for car payment, I pay $348 with 6 cents. Car insurance is $200. Renter's insurance is $10.83. Subscriptions is $6.99 for both iCloud storage and Spotify. Minimum for student loans is $130.77. For giving, I like to do $150 a month. Sinking funds, I'm doing $800 this month, which might have been the same as last month actually. And then I'll leave the extra debt payment blank because, like I mentioned, I don't know how much I'm going to be putting towards that until the end of the month. So those are all of my fixed expenses. And now I think I should probably add all of my variable expenses really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we have 270 plus 100 plus 150, 100, 225, 30, 110, 70, and 250. That is a total of $1,305 for my variable expenses here. And then I'm gonna quickly just total up how much I have here for my fixed expenses, although I'm not gonna write it in because I don't have my extra debt payment yet. But let's see, we have, so I'm gonna add all of my expenses together, 348.06. So in total, all of my expenses are going to be around $3,751.65. And that's kind of what I will put in my total section down here. So I like to have a total section right under my expenses where I will go ahead and total up all of my expected and actual income, as well as my budgeted and actual expenses. So I like to put income in here, then variable for variable expenses, and then fixed for fixed expenses, and then we'll total that up. So this really helps me see how much money I would have left over to either put towards savings or any other financial goal that you may have or may be working on right now. So the only thing I can put right now would be my budgeted for variable, so $1,305. So then towards the end of the month, when I know how much income I got in total, I can put my actual income, and then I'll see how much I actually spent for variable and fixed expenses here. And then I'll go ahead and subtract all of my expenses from my income. And then whatever amount that I have right here is what I'm going to be putting in this box that will go towards my emergency fund. So I think with that being said, that is going to be it for setting up my budget spread for the month of February. I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming along as I set up my monthly budget for my birthday month. If you guys enjoyed this video, as always, please do not forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. And hopefully I will get to see you guys for tomorrow's Sinking Funds video. Bye guys.